Okay, hello everyone and welcome back to Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. And today we're going to be doing another one of these battles. I always like doing these, which is putting two factions which have no business fighting each other and getting them to fight each other, either whether it's because they're in completely different parts of the world or whether because their time zones are different. And today we're going to be doing feudal Japan versus the Roman Empire. It's a bit off, yes, but it doesn't matter. We're doing it anyway. So, on the one hand, we've got Rome. Obviously, we're gonna all be familiar with Rome. I've done lots of tabs videos with my Roman faction, but either way, we're going to just briefly go over them again. So the front line here is a 7x3 deep of Triari with a Centurion at the front, 7 Velites behind for ranged javelin support, and then on either flanks we've got a 7x3 deep line of just regular legionaries or hostati, depends on whether you want to be the Republic or Empire. But yeah, so we've just got a 7x3 deep of legionaries, and again with Velites, and that's exactly the same on the other side as well. So that's our main Roman force, big old solid block of Roman shields. There they are, lovely. And then behind them we have got the Praetorians, so we've got a legate at the back along with 8 regular Praetorians and the Praetorian Centurion, and yeah, he can't see over his helmet, and can't see over his shield, but that's fine, doesn't matter. I'm sure it'll be grand. And then going up against them we've got Feudal Japan. This is a faction that I have only recently just made, only an hour or so ago. And so this is what we've got. We've got some Yari Ashigaru at the front here. These guys are just regular spear infantry, and as you can tell, they don't quite understand how to use their spears. But still, here we are. These aren't Japanese spears, obviously. These are just regular old short spears and tabs, but we can't have everything. So yeah, we just got these guys. They're as best as I can get them. They've just got some conical hats, and they're the front lines. So we've got a 12 front. So we've got a 12x12. A 12x2 rather of Yari Ashigaru, and then behind them we have got a line of Kanabo samurai. I use these in the battle against the Song, but we didn't really get to see much action with them because, frankly, I only put down like 10 of them. So, yeah, most of them got killed before the battle started. So, yeah, we've just got some Kanabo samurai here. These are just guys with big old clubs. I can't change the studs in them here to a metal color, unfortunately. You can't repaint these clubs in the unit creator, unfortunately. So this is the clubs that we're start with, but I'm using them here as Kanabos anyway. But yeah, so these guys are the samurai. The samurai are meant to have like big square blocks of armor on their shoulders and upper thighs, but you can't get that in tabs. So this is the best I can do for your samurai. Also, I believe most samurai had a mask of some kind along with the helmet. I'm not very knowledgeable on feudal Japan, so I'm probably completely wrong. But as far as I could tell from lots of samurai pictures, lots of them had masks on. So I've just given all these guys masks. But yeah, so we've got those guys, and then we've got a couple of banner bearer Ashigaru as well. So they've just got a stay banner just for the purpose of this battle. I literally made them for this battle because the Japanese faction here didn't have one. And then behind them we've got some regular katana wielding samurai. So yeah, they're just samurai with katanas. What more do you want? And then we've got some bow Ashigaru. These guys, I'm using the medieval bow here. I've just painted it to look a bit more Japanese. But yes, we've just got them. Here they've also got a katana on their back. Not that they can use it, but imagine in Total War, you know, these guys would take out their sword and defend themselves when the enemy got close. But for now, yeah, they use their bow or die. But yeah, they're going to be defending just outside of this fort, because I did this once before with the Romans versus the Han Dynasty, and it was a very fun battle. It came down to the wire, but the Romans did eventually win. I would say check out that battle, especially the second battle in that video, because it's a 2-battle one where the Romans, I think, lost, and then the second one where they won, but it was very close down to the wire. It was a very good battle. Hopefully this might be the same, but I've got less units on both sides. But yes, anyway, so defending the entrance to this fortification bit, I've got some more Yari Ashigaru, and then I've got a line of samurai, so that's 5 Ashigaru, 5 samurai, and then 5 Ashigaru bowmen, and For anyone typing it down in the comments right now, yes, I have taken most of this from Total War Shogun too, because that's the best I have for getting the units, really. So most of these units are based off of the Total War and Wikipedia and various other sources that I could get. So yeah, that's how this is working. But yeah, so those guys are just defending the way up there, and then as for actually defending the main inside bit here, we have got the Shogun. I have upgraded the Shogun from the last battle. He can now parry and block projectiles. It's a big bonus. So yeah, there he is, and then he's also got some of these guys. These guys are... Where are they? They're here somewhere. Sohei. They're like Buddhist warrior monks that I've just got using katanas here, and they wore mostly the same armor as samurais, except they had a different hat. I can't get that hat in tab, so I've just given them these conical hats like the Ashigaru. But yeah, they're here. They're warrior monks. They're pretty much the same as on par as samurai, and then I've got the same old samurai back here as well, along with a couple of bow Ashigaru as the final stand for this inside bit. There is no Dynasty sandbox, unfortunately. It would be nice if they had a sandbox Dynasty map, which was like this, but Japanese and Oriental themed. That would be perfect, but as it is, I've gone with the old reliable ancient sandbox here, because it's the best thing I could get for a building like this. It's unfortunate, but there it is. So yes, that is the two sides. We've got the newly created Japanese faction versus the legionaries, and this is sort of something that I do just to test out the new faction. Can they beat a Roman army? So we've got 94 legionaries versus 106 Japanese and samurai. They've got a similar amount of cost. The Romans are slightly higher with slightly less units. I think it's because the velites probably cost 100 and the bowmen cost 80. Because I'm trying to keep this as ancient Japan as I can, I'm not using the matchlock Ashigaru, which I made here. They're pretty terrible matchlock units, but they're cheap enough. So yeah, I've got them, but we're not using them. And we've also got a Portuguese Turco, we've got a US Marine, and we've got a Royal Marine here, which I'm not going to use in this battle either, because well, they're all a bit out of the time that I could even stretch the Roman Empire here. So yeah, we're not using any of those guys, but I do have them for future battles, which I may use at some point. But yeah, so there we go. That's how it looks. The Romans are slightly outnumbered, and I'm not sure about their chances, if I'm perfectly honest here. It could go either way. Obviously, I'm going to be on the side of the Romans. I am a Roman. But yeah, it could go either way. If the Japanese win, I will not be surprised. Especially with the Shogun actually hiding inside their fortified walls there. But with that, let's get into it. So obviously the Romans are the ones attacking here. The Japanese will be the ones defending. The main difference here is that whilst the Romans have shields, the Japanese do not. The Japanese, I think, have got faster attack speed in terms of the samurai, but they're not. They don't have as much health as a legionary. But before the battle actually starts, can you imagine just like being a samurai sitting on the shores of Japan somewhere, and then you just see a trireme and a load of people with very red uniforms and shields come out, and you're just like, "Hello, who are you?" And they're like, "Rome has arrived." and then, as in the same distance though, can you imagine being a Roman and just arriving literally across the known world to battle some people with very sharp, long swords? You've been used to fighting Celtic barbarians, and all of a sudden you're fighting Japanese samurai. Yeah. So, obviously the Ashigaru are going to fire first. The bows have got the edge on the javelins in terms of range. See if they can actually score any kills here. Probably not, though. The Romans have kept a good formation here. They've dropped out a bit, actually, on the flanks. Yeah, they've actually dropped out a bit in formation quite a lot. They did start quite far away from the Japanese here. So they're going to attack them not quite as a solid shield wave, but hopefully they'll do something. Now, the reason why I'm a bit worried for the Romans here is because, well, it's because of the ranged units that they've got here, the Ashigaru. Whilst the Ashigaru are not as good as legionaries in terms of stats, they do have spears, whereas the Roman legionaries do have gladius. They do have short swords, and that's going to be the difference. If anything, the Triari, the elite infantry, the heavy infantry are going to be the ones to, well, heavy spear infantry are going to be the ones to actually kill off most of the Ashigaru, I should imagine. The Velites obviously are going to score some quick kills here with their javelins. Taking out a couple of the Ashigaru, yep, in they go. So that's going to help out. Maybe if they're lucky, they'll also get some of the samurai. Oh, yep, down goes one of the Kanabo samurai. But still, the Velites have loosed their missiles now. In comes the rest of the Roman army. The Centurions actually managed to get here a little bit early. They do move slightly quicker, and well, this Centurion has paid the price. He's died to one of the Ashigaru, I think. Oh, yeah, another Centurion's died, as you can see. It's very hazardous being a Centurion. And the other one has also died, I think. No, he still got a hold of it. No, the other Centurion's still alive. The Triari Centurion is still alive, which is good. We've got a couple of the Triari were actually held up by the looks of it in the mosh pit back here, but they're finally getting into it. The line is holding for the most part for the Japanese here. You've got the bow Ashigaru trying their best, but it looks like the Romans are pushing. We've got some warrior monks here. Oh no, they're not warrior monks. Sorry, these are the Ashigaru. Of course they are. Why would the monks be here? The monks are all the way back there. But yeah. We've got the Ashigaru trying their best. We've got one of the Kanabo samurai there doing his best. Same with this one. We can actually see there's quite a few legionary shields actually on the floor, which is not good for the Romans. They want to try and keep back as far as they can their casualties. But in go the Praetorians. The Praetorians hopefully going to be able to make the final push for them. Yeah, in go the legionaries. Hopefully going to be able to block these Kanabos. Ooh. Yeah, we've got one legionary with a very tiny head has actually managed to push back here, trying to get through to the Ashigaru bowmen here. Same with this Triari pushing forwards. They're starting to break through in certain places through the samurai lines, but the samurai are holding. They're holding quite well actually. There's quite a few Roman bodies actually on the floor here. A single legionary apparently in single combat is not good. Is not a good trade in comparison to a samurai, which makes sense. The samurai were highly trained individual warriors, and yeah, they've definitely weathered the Roman attack here. I mean, obviously the bow Ashigaru were definitely not doing well against the legionaries, but even with that, as a Ashigaru goes flying off there. But even so, the Romans are only now starting to overwhelm the Japanese front line here. But still, they've still quite a few samurai left, which is not good at all. They did manage to kill off, by the looks of it, a Kanabo samurai there. In they go. The Praetorians are obviously going to be doing their lion's share of the work, as is the legate. There he is, getting stuck in. Lovely jubbly. So, yeah, they're starting to finally kill off the few remaining samurai that's here. They're starting to overwhelm them just from sheer amount of numbers, but even so, there's still quite a few Roman bodies on the ground, which, considering they still have these warrior monks and the shogun to go back here after getting through this line as well, definitely not good. But in the fight against the Han dynasty, when I did this and the Romans, they did still manage to win out against everything. So maybe that will be the same here for the Romans. There's only a couple of units given resistance. Oh, Praetorian gets a nice slash on a samurai there. Very good. The battle is starting to slow, but it looks like the Romans have managed to form themselves into basically two balls here. We've got a couple of samurai left here. Oh no, just one samurai here. Oh, in goes the Praetorian Centurion. Go on, lad. Take him out. We've also got a couple of legionaries as well. Manages to block one of the bow Ashigaru there. Also something to note is that the samurai and Ashigaru here, I didn't give them the charge function. I didn't give them the charge ability, so they can't actually charge at the like the legionaries and Romans can. But the Velites are now starting to get involved as well. They're starting to come forwards. They're starting to get some ranging ranging javelins on the Ashigaru that are up here. Yep, and they managed to take out one. That's good. Obviously, the legionaries and the surviving Romans are definitely going to want all the help that they can get from their ranged missile troops here. As in goes another couple of Elite missiles, taking out a samurai. That's a big boon there for them. Down goes another Ashigaru. Oh, very close, danger close, definitely from these Velites now. As the first Roman units are starting to strike the Japanese line here. The Praetorian Centurion is taking point here. Getting himself stuck in, needs to be very careful not to be hit by friendly fire, as he blocks a couple of shots there from the Ashigaru. The rest of the Romans now have managed to kill off the final remaining Japanese resistance over here, as in comes some more Velite javelins. Oh, the Praetorian Centurion's dead, unfortunately. Down he goes, R.I.P. to that man. In comes the Romans. We've got a dead legionary up here with him, but they have managed to take out a couple of enemy units here. As up comes the remaining smattering of regular Roman units and the remaining Praetorians. Down goes an Ashigaru to a nice javelin throw. That's very nice. Got the samurai though, starting to get involved. Yeah, here they come. Legionary chucks himself at them, using his big rectangular shield to his advantage there. Trying to block. Oh, down goes one of the bow Ashigaru. He's doing their best to block the Japanese swords here. Oh, down goes one of the Ashigaru. I think that was just a bow Ashigaru though. Still, they are managing to get through this choke point, thanks in no small part to the Velites, who nearly friendly fire one of their own guys. But no, the Velites have definitely been doing good. Oh, that's very danger close, very danger close for the Velites here. Oof, oof. But they have been doing decent work. Oh, a legionary has charged himself forwards. He probably didn't mean to do that, as well, he's now angered the rest of them, and that's got the Shogun involved and the warrior monks. And I think the Shogun is starting to push forwards. Yeah, I think he's out of range of the banner Ashigaru there. So yeah, the Shogun is now involved, and in he comes. Kills off one of the legionaries, but a Praetorian charges him, as do some of the other legionaries. Yeah, he's got a couple of Praetorians on him. Yeah, here he comes. The legate is also coming in. Don't forget, the legate has also got 400 health. The Shogun, I think, here has got 380 health or something I gave him. So he's not got quite... Oh, kills off a Praetorian. That's bad news for the Romans. So yeah, he doesn't quite have as much health as a legate, but he is fresh, unlike the legate, who has probably taken some damage during this. Oh, very nice stab there from a Praetorian. This Praetorian is attacking some of the Buddhist warrior monks here. As in comes a couple of katana swipes. He manages to block one, and he uses his shield. Very nice shield bash. Manages to kill off one of the monks, and goes for it again. He kills off another one. This guy is doing the work. He's one-man armying this. He's killed off 2 monks already by himself. That's good. That's good. That's what the Romans need. He's joined by another Praetorian. Unfortunately, he was a bit too eager to join, and he gets killed off by one of the warrior monks. But this Praetorian, he's still doing his best. The Shogun as well is obviously doing his best back there as well to kill off as many Romans as he can. The Romans are definitely going to be thinning in number as they take on this last bastion of the Japanese. Oh, another Praetorian body just gets chucked away over there. But the Shogun, he's still alive, as is this Praetorian. Gets another nice shield bash. He's sort of 4v1ing these warrior monks, but he has killed off another one by the looks of it. Oh, but he's finally been felled. He's finally been felled. That was a brave, valiant fight that he put up there. The legate has fallen to the samurai. I mean, the Shogun is really putting up stellar performance. Oh, a legionary takes out one of the monks. Very nice swipe there. Manages to get a very nice stab. Chucks away the monk. The Shogun has been killed by a legionary. The legionary killed off the Shogun. Whilst I was distracted with this guy, the Shogun came and yeah, the Shogun came and got taken out finally by one of the legionaries, but he did a lot, that Shogun. He definitely did a lot. As the Velites now doing their part. Ooh, very nearly skewers both friend and foe there. They did manage to take out another one of the warrior monks, though. It's just a couple of samurai left and the bow ashigaru, but that was danger close. Kills one of the legionaries, killed off by the Velites, and it looks like it is actually just the Velites left now. For the Romans, we've got one Triari. One Triari is all that remains of the Roman infantry. Oh, I thought he might have died there, but one the samurai goes down, and another one there. Very good. There's just one samurai and one warrior monk, plus the remaining bow ashigaru. And this legionary has just got to survive for as long as he can. Hope that the Velites can take down his remaining foes. Indeed, they managed to take out one of the warrior monks. Now it's just this samurai left. The legionary manages to block one of the bow ashigaru. As in comes some more Velite missiles, and they manage to take out that samurai. Now it's just one bow ashigaru left, and it looks like the Triari is staying alive because one of these Velite's missiles has surely got to kill off this ashigaru. Oh, narrowly sails past his shoulder again. Come on, Triari, kill him off. There we go. Oh, okay. So, yeah, that was very close. That was very close. It could have gone either way. Honestly, the Romans lost a lot of bodies here, which was not good. They lost a lot of infantry in this initial fight out the front of the fortification here. Yeah, as you can see, there's quite a few Roman bodies here. The Velites definitely helped out. Their opening volley definitely killed off some of the ashigaru and samurai. But even so, the samurai did prove to be pretty tough opponents for the Romans here. We can see that they did lose one or two Praetorians here. Yeah, there's one there. We've obviously lost this one here as well. As for the rest of them, we lost a whole bunch of legionaries. We lost basically all of the centurions right at the beginning because they charged in first, obviously leading from the front. The centurions charged in and they died pretty early, which was unfortunate. They might have got a couple of kills between them, but even so. Yeah, they did lose a lot of infantry here, but eventually they did overwhelm them. They had about 20 or so legionaries actually remaining for the initial assault up here. They did far better up here. They definitely did far better advancing up the stairs. Thanks in no small part to the Velites, definitely. The Velites struck down like half of the force here before the Romans even got up here. The Praetorian Centurion died here, which was unfortunate. Yeah, indeed, this is him right here. He did his best. He did take out a couple of units, which was very good. He led the charge. He, filled his comrades with readiness to come and assault up to the final few remaining Japanese units. So yeah, they actually managed to get through this part pretty easily. But the Shogun was the big problem for the Romans. I mean, the Shogun himself took out like 4 Praetorians and the legate and numerous other Romans. I mean, the Praetorians got absolutely decimated by the Shogun. I mean, that's why he is the final elite unit of the samurai faction here. But yeah, he took down a lot of them. I'm surprised that the legate actually fell, but he must have been already damaged from the fight earlier on there, after he got stuck in to actually help his men through the stalemate they were in for a bit there. But yeah, then advancing up here, the few remaining Roman units did manage to take out most of these guys pretty decently. I mean, this Praetorian, I think it was this guy. This Praetorian here, he was MVP, definitely, of this battle, at least one of the MVPs of this battle. I mean, he took out like 4 warrior monks by himself. That was very, very impressive until he was finally cut down. I mean, the same with the legionary over here. Managed to kill down one of the warrior monks, and then these two Praetorians didn't do much, to be fair, but this guy definitely made up for it. And then this Triarii, the final remaining foot soldier of the Roman legion here. And then, of course, all the Velites. Didn't lose a single Velite. No big surprise there. The Velites didn't really have anyone to resist them. None of the Japanese units were able to break through the Roman line to actually attack the Velites, so they sort of just had free reign, able to lob their javelins as they pleased, and that they did. And the Velites definitely made a big difference to this battle. But the Romans did emerge victorious. It was a bit of a Pyrrhic victory, if I'm perfectly honest. They don't really have much of an army left after this battle. But even so, yeah, they did definitely manage to win this battle eventually. So yeah, that was a pretty enjoyable battle. I'll thank you for watching, and goodbye.